What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have for you 3 exercise pairings that we love to do towards the start of a phase with our athletes. So what I mean by that is when we're trying to build in the off season, we like to do it in different phases, different blocks, if you will. So these are 3 pairings that we like to do in our first phase. So during this phase, we're really going to be focusing on isometrics, as well as slowing up some eccentrics as well, but really focusing on those isometrics, building strength, and then powering out. So we have a couple strength, bilateral, unilateral, and then a power exercise for you with pairings we like to utilize. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure to subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you enjoy. All right, first thing we are doing, we are partnering a back squat with a depth jump. So what we're gonna do for the back squat is we're really focusing in on an isometric hold, so that bottom position, okay? So we're gonna hit a tempo of 1-5x. I really like hitting this tempo with our athletes during this first phase, building up isometric strength. Our tendons and structural tissue takes the longest to adapt, so I like to hit that towards the start. So when I say 1 on the way down, right, we break it into down, at the bottom, and then coming up. When I say 1, I don't really need it like a drop fast, right? Pretty much just get down. So you can kind of think of it as no tempo. And then at the bottom, 5-second count. When I say X, I want us standing up as fast as we can. So having this exercise in the first phase of our program, like I said, it allows for the adaptations to occur to the structural tissue, especially if we only have like 8 weeks to go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be here, just your typical back squat. Okay, so I'm gonna drop in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, explode up. So we're gonna hit that. I like to do this 4 sets of 4. So we'll hit this for 4. Make sure you're counting slowly, right? Progress into it. Also, make sure you're getting deep enough, right? We don't wanna be squatting like right here, right? Get down a little bit deep. I don't need ass to grass, but I do like to have a good depth, especially in the start of the off season. I like it to be working on a little bit more range of motion. With that, we are going a depth jump. So I like doing this at the start of our off season as well, because it teaches the athlete really good force absorption and to be reactive off the ground. So it's a high eccentric load coming from the box, right? And as we can see with the back squat, we're working on the eccentrics, the isometrics. So this partners really well with it. We're gonna drop off right here, hit the ground, and then we're gonna pop up. So we're having to absorb that eccentric loading, right? We take something where we slow it down and then we hit it with this where we go a little bit faster. Here, pop up. So I just set up a good height, drop off, pop up. I really like these 2 for that first part, building some strength and power. Number 2, we're gonna go more for power and explosion. So I like to separate our days kind of like a strength, and then more of an explosive movement. It all depends on the athlete, the sport, how many days they're coming. But when I do split it like this, one of my favorites and go-tos is a hang clean. I think this is a fantastic exercise. All of our athletes work up to being able to do this if it is appropriate. Once again, athlete dependent, not everybody needs to hang clean, but I do like a majority of our athletes too if they can get to that point. I think it's absolutely fantastic to work on fast force production, right? And if we're trying to build strength, we're trying to build power, translate that or transfer that into being sports specific power, right? Then we need to be able to produce high levels of force as fast as we can. Those 2 things are very important. If we're just producing force that's slow, it's not really gonna help when we're out on the field if we're playing soccer and we need to produce it in like 0.2 milliseconds, right? Really, really fast. So I like doing this hang clean. I see great adaptations with our athletes, right? The better we're here, I can just see our athletes, they're running faster, they're jumping higher. Olympic lifts are super great. So we're gonna hit, I just like a regular hang right here, just down, dip, drive. So we'll hit some hang cleans. If you guys are watching our videos, you know I took my mic off so I don't smush it. Please hold. Ooh, that hit me in the chin. So as you guys can see, The goal is to be really quick with it, drop in, don't get stuck. I like introducing this into the first phase as well, just so we could teach our athletes. I really like, whew, this got me out of breath. I really like the hinge factor of a hang clean. As we're hinged here, that's very sport specific, having to explode out, jump out of that position, all those things. So I like to partner it over here. We're gonna grab some dumbbells. We're gonna hit an eccentric hinge. Okay, think of it kind of just like an RDL. We're gonna drop the dumbbells out of the bottom position. We're gonna get up into a box jump. Very similar to the hang clean, except we're slowing up the way down, right? Whereas with the hang clean, we kind of dip and drive, and then we're producing power, so high forces, fast rates out of the bottom. So I'm here, giving it a small hinge just here, toss, and then I jump up, just like that. So we don't go crazy heavy with the dumbbells, right? You wanna be able to feel it. Give me a hinge, hold it, drop, and go. Make sure you don't drop it on your toes. But I really like pairing these in that first phase. Slow up that portion of it, that eccentric portion, and then we pop out. Last thing, we're going with a unilateral exercise. Very important to make sure we're hitting some unilateral stuff, not just bilateral. So we are going a goblet step down. I really like this exercise. It is very, very difficult. So you don't have to start with the high box. You can start with like a 12 or something if you need to hold on as well. You don't have to do a goblet step down. You can also do like a rear foot elevated split squat. That one's fantastic as well. Or just split squats, like a reverse lunge or something like that. I just really like this exercise. It targets the glutes really well, the posterior chain. It's fantastic for knee health. All things said and done, I just really like this exercise. So we're on a box. Typically I'd have our athletes hold a goblet, especially if this is their main portion, like main strength portion. But we're gonna be here, we're gonna hinge, we're gonna lightly tap, and then we're gonna stand, okay? So I'm down, keep your heel on the box, right? I don't want it popping up. Keep it down, load it up in your glutes, load it up in your hamstrings. I'm down here, and then I stand. So that one's extremely difficult. What we're gonna do is we're gonna partner some broad jumps to a box jump, single leg with it. There's no tempo for this with the strength. Let me jump back to that real quickly. Sometimes when we hit, especially like a unilateral, I kind of like to just rep it out, right? So we go heavy, maybe we'll hit 4 sets of like 5 a side. So we do go heavy, but it's more of just that rep scheme where we just go for it. Partnering that, we're going single leg broad jumps to a single leg box jump. So for some reason, I just absolutely love partnering something that really targets the glutes, the posterior chain, the hamstrings with some type of broad jump. I really like that. I think it's great activating the posterior chain as I'm driving myself forward, striking the ground. So we're gonna start back pretty far. We're gonna get in to two broad jumps into a box jump. Okay, so it'll be somewhere around three jumps actually with our single leg, but that third jump is gonna become a box jump. Everything is single leg, okay, so we're here, we're gonna go, whoa, okay, I need to start a little bit closer. I don't have those types of hops right now. So we're gonna start here, we're gonna go 1, 2, up. So you can land double, you can land single leg, I don't really care. Either way is totally fine. And then we're gonna hit the other side. 1, 2, big jump, woo! Almost didn't make that. So I'll partner those two together. Just like I said, have them rep it out. Hit the step downs into the boxes. There's so many exercises we can do, lots of things on top of this. These are just 3 pairings that we'll like to use for our programs in this beginning phase. Build some strength, build some power. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe. See you in the next one.